Brocky keep talking about whiskey and carrots.
That was my bad.
Yeah, I love it.
So I got a little espresso in my system and 2 shots of rum. So
you drinking rum right there?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's a little something, man. Just
you drinking rum?
Yeah, it's a wake up call.
Our first passion right there. Boy.
Oh man, listen.
Whiskey and kicks just sounds better.
Nah, man. That shit sounds dope. Fuck that. Yeah, I do like a good rum though, but rum don't hit like a whiskey do. Like a good Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a different run.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, I think I'm an Irish whiskey fan because how I can move with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can chill out. I can be out.
Yes,
I can move, but also the way my system, I think my system's a little bit it moves slower. So somebody else will be like twisted off of like.
Right. Your tolerance is
my tolerance is I got a higher tolerance, and it's the way it's like my it's a slow. What do you call that? Slow
metabolism.
Yeah. So it's kind of like okay. So I'm still there. By the end of the night, like people always like, yo, you want to do shots?
Right.
I'm like, are we about to do shots of Jameson? Sure. Because I'm still standing at 2:33 a.m.
Everybody
you're in the car or you're falling down the sidewalk. Yo, I have stories. I have multiple stories about that. But yeah, I'm like, and then I get home and then I'm fucked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get home like, oh, that was hard. I shouldn't have done none of that shit.
It hit you later on.
It hit me totally later on. Like after everybody else. But yeah, I mean, I found a good place with Irish whiskey though. So if you ever want to have, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I found I'm comfortable in between, and then let's go. Let's get on. I want to talk some shit too. I want to pop some shit.
Oh, I'm recording.
Here's recording. Don't talk about me. Hey, listen, but edit that shit out about my mama though.
No, we didn't keep that.
You know what I'm saying?
We didn't keep that.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But yeah. It's your boy Brocky, man. Whiskey and Kicks. It's another Sipping with Brocky episode. I'm here with. Man, I don't even know how to categorize this guy, but he's an artist through and through. My man Buck. What's good, brother?
What's up, dogs? What's going on?
Hey, man. You invited me into the cave.
The lair. It's a fucking lair at this point. This is a fucking art lair, yo.
Yeah, man.
You know
what's good with you, though?
I'm chilling, man. Hey, can I cuss though?
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. We're about to cuss a lot.
Hell yeah. Let's go for it, man.
My mama can't watch this.
We try not to curse within the first, like YouTube has this thing. If you curse within the first however many minutes, then it flags your video. So if I can keep up maybe 5 minutes, then you just go for it.
So if we just use a lot of like very like clean.
Hell damn.
Christian verbiage. first 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Wash our hands like the good
man.
You know what I'm saying?
What's good, man? How you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just I'm trying to create.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be in that mode and like just trying to it's life, man. It's the dog days of summer. It's the end of summer. Like everybody's feeling it. Like you can feel everybody's moods up and down, kind of changing. Everybody's trying to get through. We still in the panty. We don't want to admit to it, but the panty's still popping. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
we was talking about it on camera, like events starting to pop up. I'm like
yeah. They was out at the dinner and block. I was like, no.
Yeah. I had some of my friends canceled. My girl, she was like, I don't really know.
Mask up for that joint.
That was last night, right?
Yeah. I think that was last night. Yeah, it was actually. I saw some. Yeah.
Well, let's get the whiskey popping, man.
Okay. What are we doing first?
We're moving around the world here. We got the Irish whiskey, which is I think your favorite, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely a huge Irish whiskey fan.
We got the Scotch over there, and then we have some American bourbon in the building. So let's pour a little Jameson. I'm gonna keep it as light as possible, not too crazy.
Yeah. And let's start there.
That's good. You said you hadn't had the signature before?
I haven't had the signature before.
All right, man. Let's start.
But you know, I've had like everything within their line. I've tried to. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers, man.
First one.
Yeah.
We're just sipping, right?
I'm just sipping, man. Just sipping. I'm not shooting. Are you ready to shoot that?
Nah.
This is about to be live, yo.
Let's go. It's too soon.
This is about to be live. You know what I'm saying?
Mother trucker.
This is a good sip.
It's a great sip.
I like it, man. It has some sweetness to it. This is gifted to me a while back, and I haven't had it in a long time. Coming in the 80 proof, you know, which is the base. You picking up stuff?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
It's nice.
Now look at this. Okay.
Jameson is my my party whiskey.
Yours.
I mean, not anymore because I don't party like that. But that's what.
Yo, literally. Okay, so I got introduced to Jameson probably like not about 9.5, 10 years ago. At Acadiana. My homegirl was the bartender. She's the bar manager, Erin.
Okay.
I think she owns the Penny Royal now.
Okay.
And she was like, yo, because we were in there drinking like Hennessy and Kvasse on some dumb shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're gonna do, because you know, me and my boys coming through there.
Where the Henny at?
Yeah. She was like, yo, stop drinking that shit. And she was like, yo, try this Jane. I was like, what? All of a sudden,
you fell in love.
I fell in love, dog. I fell in love, and next thing you know, I'm got like, so it became a thing. Like when folks see me, they be like, you know, Jameson, huh?
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I go certain places. Like at this point,
they know what to give you.
It's not even a question. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if there's certain places I go now, also I'm like, because I drink Jameson so much, I make sure I try other things at the bar, but this is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. When I met you at that gallery,
oh yeah,
J-Mo in the back.
Yeah, I was into the corner like,
I like it here.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we had a couple bottles. We had the stash bottles on that joint.
This is completely different than a regular Jameson.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit smooth, a little bit lighter.
Yeah, and it's sweeter too for me. So, where you from, man?
I'm from Baltimore originally, Baltimore County. What's the best way to put it? Parkville, Lock Raven, Kearney area. It's like. Yeah, I'm going a little deep on this shit.
Go.
Independent Parkway. So if you went to Morgan State or you went to Towson, it's right there where the Jerry Chevrolet is. And if you went to either one of those schools, you know exactly where that is.
My girl just dropped her daughter off at Towson just a couple days ago.
Okay, so she knows where it's at.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I met her, and so she was talking
she was with me at the gallery.
Where she go to school? She went to
Howard.
Yeah, but I forgot what high school she said.
I can't remember that.
Yeah. It was one of our.
She moved down from New York and moved to Baltimore.
It was one of our rival schools. That was one of our rival schools. Yeah, but Independent Parkway, man, like right across the county line.
So my boy, his daughter goes to Morgan.
Okay.
And he and his wife just bought a house up there.
Okay.
And they're renting it out to students and stuff. And his daughter's staying there too. So he's been going back and forth a lot working on this house. And he was like, look, he said, Baltimore got the best fish sandwiches, yo. He said, he was like, I don't want to hear nothing about, because we in Capitol Hill, so you know, right over in Northeast was a Horse and Dickies. He was like, Horse and Dickies, not messing with this.
Wait, I love Horse. I used to love Horse and Dickies.
Me too.
When I came down here, I used to make sure, this is when I used to drive, I make sure on my way back from wherever, I stop at Horse and Dickies right when they was about to close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's the best time.
But nah, yeah, Baltimore, Lake Trout. Lake Trout. But it's not trout though.
It's not trout.
I don't know if it's trout though. It's called Lake Trout. Lake Trout. It's like they got like 2-3 spots in the city. You go get the Lake Trout
straight up,
and it should be bomb.
Word.
Best fish sandwich ever. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know if it's necessarily.
Hey man, it's fish.
It's fish. It's fish. It's probably some sort of white fish, but it ain't trout. It was a lake trout. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big thing. That's a big thing at home. Yeah.
So right, just taking you back.
I'm gonna send somebody to get somebody bring a package down here.
Man, I couldn't believe Horse and Dickies closed down, man. I was like, dang, man, that's a staple.
They had a run. They had a good run. They had a good run. They still got one in Maryland, though, right?
It's not the same, man.
I mean, I'm sure it's not.
Same, yo.
That's not the same hustle at all. Ooh-wee.
So what brought you down to DC?
I graduated from Hampton. I went home for like a year and a half, and I had to get out of there.
Word. Okay.
I just had to leave, and that's no break on anybody or anything. It's just that you need something to be. You need to be in a different space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And originally I came down to like I lived out in Forestville for like a year and a half. Real Maryland, and I was teaching in Upper Marlboro.
Okay.
So I was really with him. I was really with Joe.
Like a high school thing?
Yeah, young. You know but I was really like on some old PG County Joe. And I was like, it just wasn't Yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool. It was a good move. I had to get out of Baltimore though, just for me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to go that far. You know what I'm saying? Close to my family. You know, close to my my folks, my parents. So I kind of want to stay in the area, and I was still like on some real shit, man. I was kind of like not in my space yet. You know what I mean? Still like a late bloomer.
Okay.
So like I got home from school. It was like my homies and like, you know, my homegirls, all they was like, yeah, we going to grad school. I was like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what you do. You want to go to more school? That's crazy. This is crazy shit. Y'all niggas stupid. Y'all are tripping. You can fuck up this money.
Why you signing up for that?
What? More school? I remember my homeboy said that shit. Yo, we were down at Hampton. We were in the harbors, and we were like out there telling like, yeah, I just got into grad school. I was like, what? That makes no sense, man. Like, I could barely get out of this joint. I maintained an average of a 2.2 through high school and college, dogs. I'm not doing anything after this.
Nobody's asking, no jobs and stuff asking for your grade point.
No, man.
Like, yo, when did you graduate?
I ain't know none of that, though. I was tripping off all of this, you know what I'm saying? I just was like, you know, I was just trying to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get it.
You know what I mean?
So, you don't get it.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Some people had that vision early on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they know that they know they're gonna be a doctor when they're in middle school. I have a friend who's gonna be a doctor in middle school.
You like?
And she's a doctor now.
Is she a doctor now?
She's a doctor.
I was like, I don't know. I like to draw pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? And Bailey used to say that. I used to be like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling, man. So so it was like, I moved down here, man. Just kind of like was teaching school, but I knew the whole time I was trying to get into art in one way, shape, or form.
So when did you realize? Let me ask you this question first. Drawing, right? So I'm a tagger, right?
Yeah.
By trade, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, my career ended early once I got caught up, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
But I can never draw. Couldn't do graffiti. I'm just good at tagging.
Yeah.
So drawing like characters and things of that nature, is that something that a person can learn, or is that something that you just know how to do?
No, I wasn't good at any of that shit.
Word.
I gotta, and I always tell the same stories all the time. Had a homeboy, he was like, we were at like 10, 11, 12. He could draw like Marvel Comics. And I was like, that's some bullshit. Not because I'm competitive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you gotta have a competitive nature.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, so you had to be like, so I was like, okay, but I'm always been creative. So it's more so like, you know, my energy is just I'm creative. I'm a creative, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, you do that? Okay, I can do that. Well, watch what I do. So then I would take like a whole newspaper and like put afros and glasses on people and then mess around with all the text and everything and create all these different things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then I still would, but at the same time, since he learned how to draw that, I need to learn how to draw this. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Steven. Like I give him a shout out like every single time. And I don't mind being like, y'all,
it's part of your story.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's part of like all of this is about growing and learning and just being like, you know, you're around people where you like, yo, I like what you're doing, I want to do that too. I want to be a part of that. So that was all that stuff, man. So it was just like I just kept playing around and I kept learning stuff and kept like wanting to create more shit or kept wanting to I need to figure out how to draw this or, you know, create a, you know, or drop a color in here with anything I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's from a young age, man. And I'm a graphic dude. So like, you like clothes and sneakers and all that shit. Yo, the Nike Air tag, that first orange tag was the greatest thing ever created. I had that joint like,
word.
You know what I'm saying? That, the Tommy Hilfiger
logo,
the logo and the tags.
Oh, the
tags. They put their tags on the clothing.
Yeah.
Like when you start seeing those tags on the clothing, that was like a real, because it was like it was something I could touch. You know what I'm saying? So it really that moved me, man. I had to be about 15, 16.
I need you to explain though. Yeah. So you had that in you already though.
Yeah,
I know you can learn techniques and things of that nature, but you're already in, like, because when I see things, I don't see the shadows. I learned that about myself. Right? Yeah. And certain people, I think you can look at a person and you can see the shadow. So you know if you draw this person, then this side needs to be darker than the other side. I don't see those things when I see.
Yeah, and I think I always saw stuff like that.
Right.
But I think that was from the very beginning, like, you know what I'm saying? But then you can't articulate that. You can't express it. So I remember something really early. I remember my mom had me do a project. She didn't have me do a project. I was doing it for like school, and she was trying to help me. I had like some yellow paper. I had like a yellow tag board, and then, you know, and so I was gonna do this whole thing with like the city. It was supposed to be, I don't know what it had to deal with, but I was incorporating like Bethlehem Steel. Shout out to Bethlehem Steel. My dad used to work there.
Word.
But I was incorporating steel mills in the city, and I'm doing all these shadows. And she's like, "Yo, what is all of this?" Like, I was like, "Yo, I'm just trying to make sure build it all out." And it's like I couldn't articulate. I couldn't get it out.
Because you just see it.
I see it. I understood it, but I couldn't get it out. But that's like, but certain people see certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that it's just being aware that you see it a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you talk about that. But like my pops and my brothers all like used to like doodle. You know what I'm saying? Draw and doodle. So it's like when you see them do, you want to do that too. You know what I'm saying? My dad writes down numbers all the time. Always writing numbers down.
That's crazy.
So
crazy.
it's like writing down words and stuff, and then like he used to doodle back in the day. So then you see that stuff, but then you see like I see shadows and I see textures where other people don't see it.
Yeah, I went to the Air Force. I failed the depth perception test.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Listen.
I'm drawing stick figures. I ain't drawing that with no depth to it.
But even then, I was still like, it'd be certain points when I see it, and other certain points when I, you know what I mean? Like I was still learning. I'm still learning how to express that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you around people that can actually express it. You're like, oh, word, you did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's learning, man.
So I saw, I kind of scout your Instagram a little bit, and I saw how you post pictures of anything, right?
Yeah.
So you seem to be like a person that gets inspiration out of anything that you can see. Is that kind of accurate? Or
it's not anything. It's like, how do you put it? Like so I learned this technique. I had a manager named Amy when I was at the museum. And Amy, little petite lady from Texas, and she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna need you to do research." And I think Amy was also trying to keep me busy.
Okay.
Because I was getting in trouble at work. So she was like, "I need you to research these things." So it became a thing where I used to research all this different stuff, and it became also like they got me doing research for like different projects I'm working on. That they're, maybe a project at the office that we're working on. Maybe we're doing something that the museum needs to build. We need some stuff on the Russians, how Russians made people disappear.
Yeah.
Whatever. So then I'm gonna keep digging. Like I dig. Like once I start digging,
that rabbit hole serious.
Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta find out. I gotta find more about this. This is crazy. And then it always turns into these different branches. So it's like for me, I love the research part of it. And so there's literally nothing random about what I'm posting. It's very like if you follow the trail.
Yeah,
you'll be like, yo, you follow the breadcrumbs. So literally last night, if we talking about social media, I posted like this actor Robert Harris, and so I don't know if you seen Layer Cake.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, dude, what? Layer Cake is one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
If you talk about a gangster movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a dope take. It's a dope modern take on how gangsters have to move or supposedly move. You know what I'm saying? So this black dude named Morty in the movie. And he Morty is like, he's the enforcer. He don't want to do it, but this is what he do. And so I'm like, yo, this dude is so cool. You know what I'm saying? So the crazy part is I'm watching Flash Gordon one night. This is years ago. Okay. And this is why I had to repost it last night. And I'm like, yo, that's Morty.
He's in there.
Yo, Flash Gordon was done in 1980. this dude is like, this is the young version of the dude. Layer Cake came out early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's only in there for 5 seconds at the very beginning of the movie.
But boom, there he is.
Boom, he's doing it and he's everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, and it's that thing where it's like, now I want to see where else because he's also in Indiana Jones. He's in, I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I found he's in Harry Potter too. I'm like, yo, but it's like,
dude's been working,
but it's, you love seeing, like, you love following those trails of seeing, because then you learn more about not just them, about where they came from, how their skill may be applied, you know what I'm saying, how their look may be applied to different things, how it all fits into a larger, you know.
Okay, yeah. So I think that particular post, didn't you have like a few pictures?
Yeah.
Scroll through them, whatever.
Yeah.
And like looking at them on the surface, you're like, this is dope. I see what he did,
but it's like, nah, dude was like, he was like, yo, I'm doing this for the people, and he got struck down quick. I was like, oh, that's my dude now, you know what I'm saying? But like, also, like, you know, for me, like, even thinking about, like, even the idea that, like, Flash Gordon was a big movie for me. As far as, like, if you look at the work that I'm doing now, like the colors and that was a huge movie for me. Right. And then reflecting on that and then embracing that, like, yo, I love that joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then, you know, it's just, yo. It was some stuff in there, man, where I was like, oh, respect, yo. Like, I'm looking back like, oh man, they had like, it's like these badass black chicks in the movie. And I'm not big on, I try not to be big on the color thing and the race thing. There's some bad colored chicks. Colored chicks. Black chicks. It was Black Hawk women. The Hawk people had Black Hawk women getting it in. It wasn't no Black Hawk dudes, but it was some Black Hawk women. So that's just kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's crazy, and I dig what you're saying too, and it's crazy going back and watching some of those older movies. So we got the Ardbeg WBC right here.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all good, man. It's all
early.
good. No, we're getting to it.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah, no, I like this, man. It's nice and peaty.
It is peaty.
And I wasn't a big Pete fan in the beginning, but
it's a 5-year.
It turned me on.
That's good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Very different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Scotch is very different.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, you go back to these old movies and you see things in them that you didn't notice a long time, or you might have been too young to pick up some of the undertones. Yeah,
you were undertones
like that,
or you didn't care about those things.
Or you didn't care. Like, if you go back and look at what's the kung fu Bruce Leroy in them?
Oh yeah.
The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
And somebody, I forgot, I watched something. He put me on Wayno. I was watching Wayno and his show. He put me onto this. You go back to the scene where Show Enough came into the movie theater, and he was looking for Bruce Leroy or whatever, and he started fighting some of the people in there. One of the dudes that came down to fight him was there on a date with like a crazy transvestite, and it's like, okay, whatever, it's cool. Not nowadays, but if you would have thought about this in the 80s, seeing that, it was crazy to see.
But that shit always existed.
It always existed, but we didn't notice that.
No, we didn't. We didn't notice it in the movies. I can tell you.
Or maybe we didn't even really know what it was.
I can tell you a wild family story. If you know, listen, I had a cousin named Shelton, and I'm probably like 7, 8, early, maybe not. And Shelton was different.
Right.
And Shelton showed up to Thanksgiving with a blonde wig and a red dress on.
And that was the first time for everybody to see him?
I mean, that's the first time we saw it. Right. But we knew Shelton was different. Right. I remember all the kids would be like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, nah, so I get it though. Shout out to Shelton. I just want to get that shout out, man. That's just funny shit. That's just funny shit, because I always think about that shit. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Woo!
Right. Shelton's like, you know what? It's time.
I don't even know if he's just being him. Like, that dog is just, yeah, son, this is how I'm showing up this year. I just came from another party or something, you know what I'm saying? He's just different dude, different kind of dude. Yeah.
So let's break real quick, man, and start the segment over. We'll come back and talk some more. Maybe about Shelton, too.
No, we're not talking about Shelton. Yeah, fuck that.
Word. So I have this I guess this analogy, right? So your high school, was it one of those school without walls type of places?
No. This was very very middle class white school.
Oh, okay.
But it had one of the highest graduation to college rates in Baltimore County when I was there. This was years ago. Like they were on the news about that joint. Yeah, that was a whole thing.
But you're familiar with that concept?
Yeah.
School without walls. Do you kind of is that how being a creative, is that how your brain functions with that concept, this whole without walls, like you don't want to be boxed in type of thing?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. I think, I mean, I was just having a conversation about this before you got here.
Word.
It's interesting when we talk about, I've always looked at it optimistically. Like I brought up in a very diverse environment, and not diverse. And when I say diverse, maybe not diverse not in a very good way, but diverse. So it's predominantly white neighborhood,
okay.
Right? But I had like different kind of Asian friends, different kind of Indian friends, different kind of I had a few, and you had your black friends. It's predominantly white, but I was in an environment where it's like you can learn, you can see different stuff, you can expand, you can expound all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's constantly like, oh, you see that? You see, you can see something, see a different kind of book, you learn something different. You go to, had gefilte fish. Like my boy was like half Jewish. One of my boys, he passed away,
word.
Brian Healy. Shout out to Brian Healy, he passed away a few years ago.
Word.
He was half Jewish and half Irish. Had gefilte fish because his grandmother lived around the corner. We went right over to the house. I had another friend, he was like half German, half fucking Korean. I had a friend that was Chilean. I had a friend that was from Iran.
You got exposure to a lot of shit.
Exposure to a lot of different people. I've sat down and ate I've had two different kind of Italian dinners. You had like the new immigrant family who had, Sicilian immigrant family who has like, they even have a vineyard in their backyard. You see, I have dinner with them, and they have the
fresh tomato.
They have the racist grandfather. You know what I'm saying? The grandmother that wears all black all the time. Or you have the Italian family that's been here for years, and you sit down for a dinner, and they very quietly have dinner. It's a different setting. You know what I'm saying? Like my exposure was to all these different people and places. You know what I'm saying? I think my first babysitter in the county was like, she was Indian. You know what I'm saying? Her husband owned he was a doctor, and his doctor's office was actually around the corner from my uncle's auto shop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Close knit.
Right, but that's not even, and that wasn't even on purpose. Like that, when they're like, yo, Raji's pop's office is here, and I was like, well, Uncle Tommy's shop is right here. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Tommy's shop was very different than, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, but my exposure, man, was so much, and then I really, I just was a sponge for a lot of that. So, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this, but
did that upbringing contribute to like your style of art?
Yeah. I think definitely. Like, it's crazy because I think about, you get to see different things. You get to experience different people, different. You might end up having some different food.
Yeah.
You can be very, you become very comfortable with seeing a wide variety of people around you. But then you have those moments where you get to focus in on different things. So I think my thing was that I always focus in on like these little these little tidbits, or these little, like the same thing with the we were talking about like the graphic pieces, like the little Nike piece and all of that. Like I just was able to like key in on stuff and be like, oh, that's dope over there, and I see that, and I see this color, and
So is it more of that it may look random but it's not type of thing with your particular art? When you put a piece together, you can look at a piece and it'll be a woman's, a certain part of her body, and then there'll be like a saying here. Yeah. There'll be another saying right here.
Yeah. No, it's I would say, I mean.
I'm sorry? Yes.
Oops. That just happened.
You need to get by? You need to walk by? It's all good.
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Crazy talk in the background. No, man, nothing's random. You know what I'm saying? And that's, so it's really like, so it's twofold to that. So the one part of it is, you're trying to be creative, so you're trying to loosen up and but you've learned all these things, you've been exposed to these things, you've got all these things as a part of what you're doing, and then you have to apply them, and then at a certain point you have to let you have to let go and create. And when you put something on the canvas, while sometimes you may feel it's random, it's not as random as you think, because you're putting things places. Your subconscious is tapping in. Your person is tapping in. It's putting things in places where it feels they belong. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm a graphic designer by trade. Word. You know what I'm saying? I try not to do that too much. I try not to do too much of that trade work.
My mind already started to move like,
that trade work, bro. The trade work, I'll be mad at you, you be mad at me. Right. I got 2 good clients that I fucks with. Otherwise, I'm not in the streets.
I hear you.
But no, it's the idea that like, everything I'm putting things in certain places on purpose. And if I put them, and even if I say, I'm just gonna throw this up there, my brain has already decided I was gonna put it there in the first place. Right. And then my brain is also like, yo, I might take that out of there. That doesn't necessarily belong. So it becomes an economy of things. It works out as, it becomes a structure and an economy of things where they belong. And if they don't belong, they get removed, they get pushed back. Okay. And it's just a back and forth. But everything I'm doing is, in the end, I'm trying to get you to feel something, see something, and feel something. So it's not necessarily the words, it's not necessarily the image, it's both.
Right.
So right. It's that intermingling of both. Dude, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, just you're one of the dopest artists I've ever seen. It's crazy.
My man, I'll take that.
Incredible, man.
I'll take that today, baby.
Straight up. So, are you ever done with a piece? Or do you just stop?
No, I'm never done, but the canvas will tell you when it's done. Okay. So I had this conversation before. Yeah, so the conversation I always have is like, canvas will tell you when it's done. The canvas will be like, leave me alone. Like the canvas speaks, the art speaks, the energy speaks. The energy, it'll tell you you've done enough. You know what I'm saying? You could always keep going, but it'll let you know. Right. And now what I've been doing, man, I'm doing a lot of experimentation where I'm pushing limits. So like I may be pushing beyond what certain people are comfortable with, but it's not about them. It's about me pushing that comfort level and saying, what can I do to push this to a whole nother point? You know what I'm saying? Let me do something else that puts you in another space. And so the one space could be like, it could be a nice little silhouette of something, or maybe it's just it's a portrait and it's just, a yellow background or a blue background. But I'll be like, man, let's do this. Let's see what happens if I do this and then add this and then add 4 other things. You could still get back to that same comfort level, but it's something totally different. Right. I put you in a different space to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been working on, man.
Do you remember the moment? I'm sure you were creating pieces, creating stuff. Maybe, and I'm just assuming here, right? You're creating things, and your friends are like, man, that's dope. And your family might be like, that's great. Yeah. That's great. When did you decide to take the leap? That moment when you took a leap to say, I'm going to try to start actually selling my stuff.
Oh, interesting. So it's interesting, man. Like, I've always been able to sell work, but I wasn't strong on me creating the work, and I wasn't strong within myself. I wasn't big within myself on being comfortable creating. You know what I'm saying? What occurred was I had a period of time where I was just like, I just didn't have that, what do you call it, that inner peace or inner space to be able to say like, yo, I can do this. Right. Or just a drive. Even you have to push. It could be just a drive. Right. Sometimes you don't have the drive. I got you. Yeah. Right. Sometimes you just don't have the drive to get you there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not ready for it. So
that's a good point. That's a great point.
Man, this shit is real. Like that's the realest shit out. Like the realest shit is like sometimes you're just not ready, homie. Sometimes it ain't nothing else. It's just you not there.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't even recognize that you're not ready. You might not realize till later that you weren't ready.
Yeah. But it's fine. Yeah. But I was trying to figure out different hustles. I was trying to figure out how to move. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been working for myself for a few years as a graphic designer, and me in the business of graphic design is not good because I'm an artist. And what I realized, because I'm an artist, I become so entangled in being just unhappy with what I'm creating, who I'm creating it for, why they want me to create it, that I end up like wasting so much time and not being happy, not wanting to do it at all.
Right.
Excuse me. What happened after that? I was like, yo, it got so uncomfortable. And this is only in the last 5 years. I got so uncomfortable being with the graphic design shit. That was like, yo, I just got to do this on my own. I got to just create.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then with that, but to go back a little bit further, it's like, yo, I had a company before, Artwork and Bill of Shaka, AM Radio. Shout out to Two Tone, Gerald, Wes, Ania Khan, PJ, and those other dudes that was on the payroll. Right. You know what I'm saying? And Kelly, she was on payroll too. Kelly was money man. She was the money man. I had this set up where it's like I was on some hustle shit. I was feeling like I was on some hustle shit. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, like you painting? I don't paint, yo. I got these dudes out here doing it though. You know what I'm saying? Then I had and then Jared, I had peoples that was like, Two Tone was big on, they do Can I Kick It Now? You know what I'm saying? Like Shaolin Jazz. Yeah. So they were big on, Jared was big in the promotion part, and Two Tone was big on the music part, and I was like, yo, I can do this thing, bang, create this. I can move this, and I didn't create nothing. I just figured out a way to move it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on some old, I was my hustle shit. That was my hustle. Right. I could move it.
And you had the talent. You was like, nah, I don't do that, but I got somebody that.
But really what it was, man, was me neglecting my talent and me being scared for me to be the one to create something for myself.
When you recognize that, yo? During that process or after the process?
Like, end of the process.
Word.
End of that joint. Like I was like, wow. Oh, and then not even that, man. It's like, so then you leave out of that, and what initially hurt me was the money. Like I was like, oh man, I'm missing on this money. But I was still like becoming the creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the creative force behind a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't the one painting and doing all that. That was Nia Khan and West. You know what I'm saying? They was killing it. And I wasn't there yet to be able to put myself out there. But if you give me a bigger project, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That's how we take these calls for these birds. We moving birds.
My bad, man.
Moving birds. We're not moving birds. Yeah, man. I just got to a point, man, where I was just like I can create dope shit. You know what I'm saying? So like so we had like some big projects where I was like, they were like, oh, word, you really putting it in now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I want to do, these bigger things. But I needed to figure out how to expand and expound and to keep saying the same thing. And just keep moving. And then once I started seeing that, it just started to hit me like, yo, you gotta do this. But then for me, like what I'm doing now is this the last 4 years. And that's like, yeah, but I also had the point where like I was breaking. Like I had a little small office up on Eastern Market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was like, and the office wasn't the problem. Like it's walking distance from here. It was like what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to do that. Like I didn't want to do graphic design. And then once you get bogged down on doing graphic design for certain people with certain mindset, you're not doing what you want day in, day out, and the walls start to close in.
You weren't happy, man.
Nah, it broke me. It broke me to a degree. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wasn't happy. So then so what are you gonna do? Either you can stay in that and die,
or pivot,
right? So you gotta pivot, right? I'm not done yet. So yeah, I had to pivot, and the pivot was like. It was like an excellent pivot. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a point where you're like, because my production lasts 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that. Like yo,
the output is crazy because it's just like it was waiting for me to do this the whole time. That's nuts, man. Yeah. You know what? That's crazy because your art kind of reflects that. It feels like you just exploded on the canvas and stuff.
Yeah. No, it's very pause. Yeah, no, but it is very it should feel like I'm trying to tell you something while I can tell you something. Yeah. Because if I don't because I don't know how much time I have here, right?
Right.
None of us do. So I'm trying to put it out there, and it's not like I'm trying to I'm not forcing anything. I refuse to force it. It's just more like, it's an aggressive state of, you know what I'm saying? I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm hearing you catching this now. You gonna catch these. You can catch these things now. You know what I mean?
It's getting kind of deep, man. I don't want.
No. Give it to him. Give it to him.
I don't want to step on tuna forks of.
No, my brother.
Too deep. You know what I'm saying?
No, my brother.
Shout out to the homies, man.
Shout out to Life. I mean, we need to have like Life over there and be like, yeah, you just cut the camera to Life over there.
Yo, man.
No, man, but that's real shit, man.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, that's really what it is. The whole thing is like.
It makes sense.
The whole thing is to be honest and be straightforward and to be like, you know, grab motherfuckers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't like it, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Yeah. Like I don't care about that right now. Like right now, I'm really on some more like I'm creating this right now. I'm creating that right now. I'm trying to see this. And you know, I try to bring people in and be like, yo, what do you think of this or what do you think of that? And sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah. And other times it don't matter if it don't work. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Like yo. And this is probably me at my most aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see me in the street, I talk shit, I pop shit to you, but I ain't got no problem in the street. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? It's within reason. If I pop shit, it's within reason. But with this, I pop shit. Like you know, this is what I'm doing, man. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to y'all. Like I'm not playing. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and it's weird to even talk like this because it's really like, yo, I really just am like trying to fucking create. And if you don't get it, that's fine. If you get it, thank you.
That's what art is, though.
Yeah.
That's what art is. Like, you know, not everybody's gonna get it. It's not for everybody.
No. But you do want that part where it's like, oh, it'd be good if everybody liked this shit, which is what happens on the internet.
Yeah, shit. I wish everybody liked Whiskey and Kicks, but shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll be happy with these 5 people that watch this.
Listen. There's 6 of us. There's 6 motherfuckers walking and watching this shit right now. What's going on? What's popping? It's gonna be 7 because my mama gonna tune in. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not for her, but she gonna tune in. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's really about like it's like it's a big fuck you. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know? So it's my bad, you too.
Cheers to that. We're gonna do some bourbon cheers.
Yeah, no, man, that shit is real. It's like, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yes, sir.
So Old Forester. You know, when I used to bartend, you pull out the Old Forester when it's time to do shots. Okay. If you're not doing the Jameson.
That's a great segue to this next question.
All right, cool.
So when I speak with bartenders, I have this debate with a few of my bartender friends that I think when you drink cocktails, you into cocktails too?
Not really.
But you're familiar though. You know what it's about though, right? Yeah. The craft cocktail industry, they're mixing elderflower, they're making all types of syrups and all these, they're presenting you with this beautiful creation, and I say that's art, and they say no, it's not art, it's a trade, and I'm like, it's art.
It depends on the level of what they're trying to do. You go like service bar, place like that.
That's right.
You go to service bar, you go to.
That's an example I always use.
They're doing art.
It's art.
It's art. Everybody else isn't doing art. They're playing around doing their trade, right? And most folks ain't trying to push it. And it depends on the environment you're in when you're working in the service industry. You got a place where you can play around and make drinks and try to create new things. They're letting you be an artist, right? You know what I'm saying? There's other places where you don't get to do that at, where you're just trying to make sure you can make a Manhattan or
old fashioned.
You know, but then there are those that are in the service industry that are really like service industry cats who not only experiment but make it a part of like. It's a part of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You have that freedom and that liberty to express yourself.
Yep. So, Phil and Eric over at Anjou. Okay. You gotta go over there. Me, you, and James can go over there. All right, let's do it. Those dudes taught me how to make. So Phil taught me how to make an old fashioned on the low, just sitting. He's like, "Yo, Buck, watch me do this." And I was bartending somewhere else. I was bartending at Impala at that point, and only for I was only there for like a good maybe a year, a little bit less than a year. And I'd already done their graphics and all this other stuff. Shout out to Troy, my homie. I'm giving mad shout outs this whole thing because gratitude. No, my thing is gratitude. Like I'm like, yo, I am so grateful to all these people that are part of my life.
Yep.
And so Phil and Eric, man, two of the best bartenders / service industry dudes in DC.
Okay.
I know when I say this, I mean seriously. Like, these dudes are so on point. And shout out to Avery.
Let's do it. Let's get over there.
But they taught me how to make an old fashioned. I went back and started playing around. And then when I was working at Impala under Troy, I got a chance to play around with all these drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could, because we had these flows of like a lot of people, and then we wouldn't have that many people. It was, you know, Mexican restaurant.
So you have time.
I had time, and also I'm with family, so it's like, yeah, you can play around, just do, you know, don't mess up, you know what I mean? So I got a chance to play around, man. That's a whole thing, man. That's artistry. Like even a chance, I got a chance to play around with making some drinks. It made me feel more comfortable even being a bartender. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's different than you, like, you know, you got to pour up, and then you done.
Yeah, vodka and cranberry.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, nah, that's totally different, man. It's just, man. That just made me think about that shit. Hey, cheers, man. Cheers on that again. Shout out to the service industry, because I ain't part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all. I love y'all for it.
Mm-hmm. It's serious business, man.
Yeah.
So what's your relationship with whiskey, man? Like, where did that come from? Did that come from your time as a bartender?
No, I mentioned. I thought I mentioned to you.
You might have. I've been drinking whiskey.
Were we rolling yet?
Oh, man.
Shout out to Aaron from Penny Royal, who put me on the fucking Jameson.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, because she was like, dude, stop doing this. But then So what happened was, I started doing a Drink of Friends. Shout out to Drink of Friends, Bobby and Dave. So we had started doing Drink of Friends as our party, like, promotional thing. Okay. And we started at Acadiana. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boo Kim, who let us start there. You know what I'm saying? And we started doing this thing, and then, like, so I'm doing, like, every time we do a party, then everybody be like, yo, what you drinking? Just give me a Jamie. So if you throwing parties, and let's say you got 20 people coming through. Mm-hmm. Let's say you got 15 women, 5 dudes. Dudes get in, they uncomfortable. Yo, Buck, what you drinking? They want to buy you a drink first before they get started. They be like, so who's who? You do the whole thing, breakdown. So you got 2-3 shots of Jameson for you. You know what I'm saying? Then next time, it's more dudes, more women. Yo, Buck, what you drinking? Now you got 4 shots showing up. You know what I'm saying? So now you like. So then sometimes you're like, yo, I want to try different whiskey, but most of the time you're like, yo. So all of a sudden, next thing you know, you got. I used to have lines of. Yo, shout out to everybody. I had a birthday one year, dog.
Well-loved person.
Dog.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing to have like 15 shots of Jameson sitting there. You're like, I'm not drinking these. And you try to disseminate them back out to other people.
Exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
You start running away from it.
Like, no, like, dogs, we good. But like, but it did show me, like, man, I do like drinking whiskey. Like, and I used to drink rum. I used to drink, I tried. Tequila is a hard road, because good and bad happen with tequila, man.
How about gin?
Nah, I don't fuck with gin.
You don't drink gin?
No. Gin does bad things. I have bad
Everyone says that. I love gin so much, man.
Gin is not my thing, dog. Gin is not a.
You see how his tone just shade the whole energy.
They even had to burp after that. Like, no, I'm good, baby. I'm good off of that shit.
Yo, man, gin is beautiful, dude. I came up with my own gin cocktail, man.
Really?
Yeah. Just my experiences talking to bartenders and stuff, man. But you know,
I even had to learn how to drink tequila. Once I learned how to drink tequila, total different experience. Tequila and mezcal, great experiences, but you got to know how to drink them, and you got to know which ones to drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they put you on a certain tequilas telling you that those, like, nah, baby.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
certain stuff out there, certain brands out there, I wouldn't even call them tequilas.
No. It's liquor.
But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yes, anything you give me, you better put it in a glass, I want to sip it.
Yeah.
Gin, tequila,
okay.
Rum, whiskey, whatever it is.
And I don't drink vodka. I don't drink
vodka really either.
I don't drink vodka because vodka doesn't do anything. Like, vodka's the one thing where I just kind of be like, I could be out and be like,
it's a juice weaponizer.
Yeah, just like, all right, cool, dog. Yeah. Cool. Be like, yo, you ain't drunk yet? Or like, I'm cool. I'm just going to sit here and just You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like white rum either. I don't like white rum.
I'll use it for things.
Yeah.
That's how you put it. I'll have like 6-7 bottles of white rum, and people like to gift white rum for some reason. So I have a bunch of those.
I don't know why they do that shit. You're like,
you know, but I'll use it for things.
But shout out to my mama one more time. My mama put me on the dark rum.
Okay.
She's like, rum till I die. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to the Trinis. Shout out to the whole Trini nation.
You Trinidadian?
No, my people's a Trini.
Okay.
And
1824.
Yeah.
1919.
Yeah, they love a little El Dorado too. I don't know why they love El Dorado. That El Dorado 12. They love El Dorado 12.
Eldorado.
And they love Black Label. They love that Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. They do. What is that?
But that's a whole. You go if you go to Central America, or the Caribbean. Johnny Walker Black is every motherfucker way.
What is that?
I don't know what it is, but that's their marketing motherfucking scheme is motherfucking wrong, baby. They be on Johnny Walker Black super hard.
Yeah, my man, he's Panamanian. He's all about it too.
Yo, no, we went to Panama. Me and my boys went to Panama one time.
Which is like a West Indian almost, but it's not.
It is, but it's not. But it is. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Panama. Shout out to anybody that's in Panama.
Mantino.
Half the ladies is from Colombia. Hold on. But on some real shit, Johnny Walker Black was everywhere. Johnny Walker Black was everywhere.
Love that stuff, but you know that's the whole occupation thing, right? I guess the colonizers and all that kind of stuff.
Listen, I don't put it on that because I know I got off the plane. I got off the plane to Trinidad, and I was told to like, you need to grab 2 bottles of Johnny Walker Black.
Straight up.
Okay, on my way, but let me get these 2 bottles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things, certain places that fit, man. Like, they work.
How you feel about that 1920 though?
It's cool. It's like, so with me, like I said, with Old Forester, I'm always thinking about like, we doing shots with this. Mm-hmm. This, I kind of want to sip a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to be like, okay, cool. Like,
sit with it.
Yeah, I can sit with this for a second. It's got a little bit of different taste to it.
Yeah, it does. It has a kick to it too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the proof on that one was, but it had some good stuff on. It's 105?
115. Jesus fucking Christ.
115. Yeah, I think that's the highest proof. The Wee Beastie is it's just 94.8. So, and that's of course 80 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn, man. What's you got a relationship with sneakers?
Yep, I have a relationship with New Balance.
New Balance?
I wear Reeboks right now because they fit. They fit my Red Hot Chili Peppers T-shirt.
I think your red New Balance is in the frame, so I did it on purpose.
Listen, I have a whole thing with New Balance. It's been bubbling. I just went super, super hard the last 2 years.
Word.
I have a New Balance thing. My thing before was Adidas. And so I used to buy like all like the little like the Forest Hills. I got like 3-4 pair of Forest Hills, like the running shoes, like the real plain the running ones.
Yeah.
Like initially I had like this whole Forrest Gump vibe with my sneakers. So like I got like certain versions of Adidas. So my thing was Adidas for like 5-6 years. And so I have all these kind of like Adidas where you'd be like, yo, like, where'd you get those from? And you found those on the back rack in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And so I could find them. And it's like, it's
rock them.
Yeah, so it's always the Adidas running shoes, like the old school ones.
Yeah.
Like, that was like 5-6 years. And then I just been going hard on like New Balance now. Like, I'm just super hard on New Balance. And so like I'm trying to track down a few pairs.
Okay, I was just gonna ask, do you hunt or you just get them when you get them?
No, I hunt. But I hunt specifically in like a way like I'm not going on.
Yeah.
All right, where we at in this conversation?
I don't know, man. We whiskeyed up. We getting ready to close out. It's all good.
No, motherfucker. Let's keep going. No, seriously, nigga. Let's talk.
Keep going, huh?
Let's talk
about whatever you want to talk about. I'm here for
seriously.
it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I mean, you can edit it down and just cut it off where you want to.
I don't do much editing on this section.
Brocky, keep talking about whiskey and kicks.